welcome to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. I am your host, Shifa, the natural healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth, and this is our Shifa Awakens edition. We are here to discover some new things about how we are awakening in the times that we now are presently living in. You know, there's this saying, be here now, be here now. And in order to really grasp what that really means is to recognize that being here, right now, involves some investigation. Where is here and when is now? So we have to recognize that we are living in a situation where we are on a planet that is moving at incredible speeds. We're going to talk about that. There's science that goes behind that. We are in a solar system where the sun is actually in charge of our consciousness. We get it from the rays of the sun. It's what evolves everything on this planet, okay? Now, some of the things that I'm going to share today might be a little bit like seemingly far out, but it will resonate, I promise you, in your heart and in your mind somewhere, that it is the truth of what is really going on. Because we get to recognize and acknowledge that there's a whole lot more going on than we've been taught, okay? Now, as we dive deeper into this investigation, it requires us to think with a new mind. So the topic of today's discussion here on the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show is thinking with a new mind. Now, let's begin. What does it mean to think with a new mind? What is required of us? What does that actually mean in terms of our perceptions? How does it fit in with science and what I said about be here now in terms of making my life work in the things that I have to get done, like right now, today, taking care of my family and doing all of these things? Well, you've probably heard this before also. It's an inside job. It's an inside job, all right? Now, there are some language that you may hear for the first time, and there is a new consciousness on the planet. If you're not aware by the time that you are seeing this broadcast, we are now in the age of Aquarius. Yes, we have come through the great conjunction where the planets, the stars, the solar system has aligned after a 26,000-year process of evolution in the cosmic, galactic, if you will, time frame. Okay, so now that's like way out there. That's really a big chunk of conversation to begin having. So let me scale that down just a little bit. We're going to roll it back and start right here with this understanding that it is time for you to awaken your hidden treasures. It's time to unleash. It is time to find, right? For many of us, it's time to find the hidden treasure that's buried deep within us, It's time to follow that inner dream. Follow the inner dream, right? If you are a dreamer, if you are a visionary, you hold the vision and you create and you manifest, because I know some of you who are listening here, if you've been caught by this conversation, you already are a manifester. You already are one who understands how visualization works. You understand the life of the inner dream, and recognizing that it's time to follow that inner dream because it has been inscribed in our hearts and in our mind. Now, the first thing I want to start with is helping us to come to terms with this thinking with a new mind, that the world is impermanent. right? Just like we come and we go, right? We're here for a season. The world, as we see it, is impermanent. Impermanent. It is a passing mirage. All right. In the scheme of things, it is a passing mirage. If you think about history, where we are now is far from where we have evolved from. So all of that was a passing mirage. But as we live through that, as our ancestors lived through that, whether the experience based on the way we understand it from history was quote unquote good or quote unquote bad, it was passing. It was passing. Okay. Now, what does that have to do with us? Well, we, and you're not here by accident, we in oneness, you and me and we and us, we are here to further the unfinished work with a capital W, the unfinished work, okay? This is work that has been going on for eons. It is the mission. It is the calling, okay? It is what pulls you forward, what pulls you, okay, into your destiny. It is that work. It is that mission that was set forth long ago and seen by seers of long eons ago, many, many moons ago. We've been sent here to restore, to help, to restore that which has been forgotten, thinking with a new mind, not a historical materialistic mind that has been programmed and conditioned into us. This is a restoration, okay? This is an evolving, ascending consciousness way of thinking, thinking with a new mind. We have been sent here to reclaim the sacred view, to make the sacred life connections, okay? To understand the oneness of all things, okay? That there is no separation. There is no separation, right? So as we are recognizing that this is the new way of thought, the times have changed. The world will never, ever, ever be what it was. It's always evolving, okay? It's always evolving. Now, as we talk about this sacred view, let's understand that without this sacred view, our sense of history and reality, has lost touch with its actual true nature. Think about that. Think about that. Now, time, okay, is part of living science. Time is part of living science, okay? Time is all we really have to realize, right? To realize who and what we are. Time is all we have to do that with, right? Time is sacred. Time is precious. And time is not to be sold. And that's been the way of the world, right? So now we have to think about, right? This is thinking with the new mind. We're thinking about living time science. Living time science. You're not here by accident. I know you're getting this. And for those of you who follow me, I already know you got your notes and your pen and your pad and you're writing this down so that it can minister back to your soul when you take it to meditation. When the things that I'm sharing with you begin to pull in your own confirmations, right? Your own synchronicities as you begin to see how it is that it all fits in to the mission, the calling that you have. Because we all have one, because we're here to restore the sacred view. We're here to restore the sacred view. Now, since time is all we have, to help us to realize who and what we are, it would stand to reason that it encompasses our why. It encompasses our why with a capital W, like work with a capital W, okay? And living time science has its foundation in the keys and the codes, that are revealed through the law of time. Now, if you're not familiar with the law of time, there's a beautiful website, lawoftime.org, lawoftime.org. And it's important that we begin this study. We begin this study of thinking with a new mind, because it is already on the planet. It is here now. We said be here now. And as we are working the science, right? Living the time science of being here now, recognizing that we are never in the same place at the same time within a few seconds, because the planet is moving around, right? It is rotating and on a trajectory through space. So we are never in the same place twice, although it seems like I'm just sitting here right now. No, I am moving on time ship Earth, spinning through the galaxy. Yes, and you too, all of us. We're right here on this planet, and we're talking about time in a whole new way. In a whole new way. We're going to continue to unwrap this, to unravel the mystery of it that is in plain sight, like right under our nose. We're in it all the time, like fish in water that don't even know they're in water. It's just the medium of their life. Okay? So we're going to come right back when we take some time, a few moments, to digest what I've already shared with you in this very first segment. And I know I packed it full. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back after these messages. Stay tuned. Happy Healthy Healing Day. I'm Shifa, the natural healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth, and I'm inviting you to watch the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show right here on Access 21. We air every first and third Saturday at 9 a.m. I tell you, you don't want to miss it. There's some juicy nuggets that you got to have for your life. There's some things that you need to know about your healthy finances, your parenting. I deal with it in 13 dimensions based on the time that we're living in right now. All right. I'm your girl, Shifa Ali. Tune in to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show, first and third Saturday at 9 a.m. See you there.
If you want to get a lot of people very angry at you, and you're in the health profession, it's fairly simple. Begin to cure incurable diseases.
It would ruin the economy. Billions of dollars. Cancer is one of the richest multi-billion-dollar industries in the world, and every cancer patient is a commodity.
The huge pharmaceutical companies have everybody in their pocket, from the president on down to the senators, representatives, everybody gets paid.
Something's terribly wrong when you treat cancer and your hair falls out and you vomit. This is truly medieval.
People in the United States and developed countries who are treated for cancer don't even die of cancer. They die of the treatment of cancer.
Many years from now, people look back at this time and wonder what kind of Neanderthals we were.
A prophet many years ago, he said, "My people perish for lack of knowledge."
Welcome back. You're watching the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. This is our Shifa Awakens special edition, and we're talking about thinking with the new mind. We are unpacking this idea about being here now. What does that mean? Where is here and when is now? And we're having this conversation about what it is to really live and understand who we are and why we're here, what we're here to do, and that is all inside of this concept we call time, because time is all we have to reveal who it is we are and why it is that we're here, right? All right, so it stands to reason that we want to take a look more seriously at time, not just about what it is on the clock and what it is you go to give your time away for some currency, okay? We're talking about time as it is from a sacred point of view, because time is gifted to all of us for a reason, So how are we going to use this time? Well, living time science is and has its foundation in codes and keys revealed through the law of time. That's where we just segued in from, right? This lawoftime.org. Go and look, investigate. It's an amazing window into what's really going on, who we are, where we are, and when is now, all right? Now, the law of time was discovered by Jose Arguelles, Valum Vuitton. If you're not familiar with him, I suggest that you do some deeper diving investigation. Jose Arguelles, his last name is spelled Arguelles, okay? And he is the one who, in this dispensation of time, brought forth these keys and codes of time. And as I shared with you in the very first segment, is that we're living now in the time of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, the great conjunction of the alignment of the sun, the moon, the stars, Jupiter and Saturn has already occurred. And here we are now in a new dispensation. And so we must begin to think with a new mind, Yes, awaken. Now, these teachings are from the time traveler, Paco Vuitton, who is not a personality, but actually a galactic intelligence, that came to show that all the teachers ever been on the planet, all of the teachings, the science, the knowledge of the past, the present, and the future are all one. Okay? This is the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. You've got to put it all together. And that's why in my practice, right, in my giving back, I work through 13 dimensions of our one life, unified through one matrix. unified through one divine matrix. Now, let me state right here that we sometimes have the cliche, oh, well, you know, the universe is guiding me, or I live by these universal principles, divine laws. Well, what are they? Right? It's easy and nice to say that. It sounds good. You know what I'm saying? It's great for conversation, but what is that for real? What is it in truth? What is that? There are divine universal principles guiding everything in the universe, everything certainly in our galaxy, everything on this planet, including all of the kingdoms of life, including the human, Well, we've gotten so far away from the sacred view of living in time science, which includes these universal principles, these divine laws, okay, of how it is we are to uncover our hidden treasure. How are we going to uncover our hidden treasure? We've got to go deeper, right? Treasure is typically buried. And so we're here to dig it up so that we can be it, use it, share the treasures, okay? Now, this thinking with a new mind deals with new perspectives, right? So there's brain science now in the world of the discovery of how the neurons work, that perception, how you see the world, is what you get in the world. How you see the world, how I see the world, it's how we get all the things that we have in the world. And we're so divergent in our ways of being and thinking, in light and dark, right? Good and bad. So it's the polarity of it all, okay? Bringing it all together in this oneness, okay? As a human species, that we get to evolve. We get to evolve. So we get to live in the universal principles, through divine law, and I'm talking way bigger than just the 10 Commandments, okay? Right? It's everything that causes a flower to bloom. It's what makes your fingerprint different from mine, okay? Our eye color, our DNA, what is beating our heart and causing the blood to run warm in our veins, okay, that we don't even have to think about, all right? There's some principles, some power, some energy that's making that happen. And it's part of who it is that we are, that we're totally oblivious to. Hidden treasure. And it's ours to know. It's ours to know. It's ours to be. Okay? It's ours to be. All right? And these new perceptions help us to change the way we see the world. Thinking with a new mind changes the way we see the world. New perceptions change the way we see the world. Living time science offers us new inspirations and new ways of thinking and perceiving our life based on a new relationship. Get this now, a new relationship with time. A new relationship with time, okay? We're going to eventually get to be able to throw the clock away because the planet is simultaneously night and day at the same time, okay? At the same time. There's something bigger going on than just a little toy clock, okay? All right? Analog or digital, doesn't matter. The planet is already set on its own timing frequency with the same frequency of the galaxy and the universe. Okay? Time science. All right. Okay, we're getting there. Now, here's the first key. It's called self-reflection. Self-reflection. Having the time to go inside. When we started out, I already talked about how this is an inside job. Okay? Yeah, it's an inside job. So we get to be with ourselves. We get to be with ourselves. How about that? Now, that's a stretch for some. Can't turn off the TV, always have to have some background noise, the radio's going on, always have to have some chatter. And then when we do stop all of the external noise going on in the background, now all of the things that have been coming in are scrambling around inside of our thoughts. And so now it becomes necessary to take the reins of our own thinking. Take the reins of our own thinking, okay? And begin the process of thinking with a new mind, starting with the first key, self-reflection. Self-reflection, okay? Now, when we come to this new reality, and that's really what it is, okay? We are looking at new ways of being, new reality, new systems for living, as we are thinking with a new mind, okay? Thinking with a new mind. All of everything that we participate with in living is becoming new. All things become new. Does that sound familiar? Ring a bell? Okay. So when we understand cosmic history, and there are books called the Cosmic History Chronicles, and you'll find them on thelawoftime.org. This knowledge of reality that exists above and beyond, and even within our human condition, even within our human illusion, right? The things that we create out of our own mind that's not really real, okay? You say, well, what is that? Doesn't make sense. If it's here, it must be real. There's dimensions way beyond what we can see, taste, feel, touch, and smell, right? We have the ability to see with a third eye. We have the ability to perceive through a holo mind perceiver. I know, I just like, boom, drop that on you. It will resonate. And as you begin to learn and grow and evolve and move according to your own life path, destiny, ascension, what I'm saying will ring true for you. You may not get it right now. It may not click at this moment. However, what I'm saying to you, what I'm sharing with you, okay, is the new reality. It is the new reality, thinking with a new mind. We're going to unpack and explore some of this some more. When I come back, I'm going to actually introduce you to the 13 dimensions of this newness in your life. Okay, so get a cup of tea, go take a bathroom break. We'll be right back. Happy Healthy Healing Day. I'm Shifa, the natural healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth, and I'm inviting you to watch the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show right here on Access 21. We air every first and third Saturday at 9 a.m. I tell you, you don't want to miss it. There's some juicy nuggets that you got to have for your life. There's some things that you need to know about your healthy finances, your parenting. I deal with it in 13 dimensions based on the time that we're living in right now. All right. I'm your girl, Shifa Ali. Tune in to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show, first and third Saturday at 9 a.m. See you there. We're back, and we're having an extreme conversation. We're having a universal conversation. We're having a cosmic conversation, a galactic conversation. We're having a be here now conversation right here on the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. You're not here by accident. You're not here by accident. And what I'm saying to you is going to resonate with you for years to come. I promise you, as we recognize that we are now living in the age of Aquarius, we have come past the great convergence, and it is a new time. It is a new eon. It is a new age, okay? Welcome to the Shifa Awakens edition of Oneness Wellness Lifestyles. So let's continue. I promised that I was going to share with you the 13 dimensions of this new life, this thinking with a new mind, okay? Thinking with a new mind. And mind, by the way, is non-local. Your brain, which is the receiver transmitter, is in our head, but mind is non-local, okay? All right? So thoughts come in from mind and react in the brain, okay? So that's and the science is there to prove it. The science is there to prove it. So let's talk about these this thinking with a new mind and how it is that it affects our daily living, because we can talk about the galaxy and the universe and all that, but what about what we deal with right here in our daily time? All right, in our living in the time and the science of it. All right, so there are 13 dimensions that I work with in terms of harmonious holistic healing. Harmonious holistic healing. This is the keys that begin to unlock. And the first one is natural mind. And I alluded to that when we looked at the first key, which is self-reflection. And I said, some people can't live without the background noise of the television, the radio, the constant drama, conversation, don't know how to be quiet. Think that if two people are in a room, that you have to be talking. We have no appreciation for the silence and how sacred the silence really is. Okay, so the first dimension of the 13, and by the way, it unpacks into 18 that we can actually perceive in our human condition. Okay, well, we deal with the 13 because 13 is what is called a wave spell, and it is the cycle of manifestation, the cycle of creation from a human standpoint, right? 13 days. Okay, there are 13 moons, not 12, right? Not 12 months, there are 13, okay? So that's a part of diving deeper, and I want to seed this conversation with that. So the first dimension that we deal with is called natural mind. Now, natural mind, being the one, is magnetic. That is the tone. It is magnetic. So it draws in. It deals with purpose and unity, oneness. It is attractive. That is our very first dimension that we have to understand, that we get to deal with, because whatever we think about, we draw to ourselves. So we are magnetic through our natural mind, Second is spirituality. Now, I'm not talking about religion or dogma of any type, right? I'm talking about the spiritual practice that works for you in terms of bringing constructive, good, positivity, love, light to the planet through you, right? So the God, the universe, can only do for you what it can do through you. And that is part of the spiritual science. Now, number 2 has to do with what is lunar. Well, what does that mean? So, lunar controls the water, right, on the planet. Right? Lunar is polarizing, right? So it brings things into order. 2, right? Polar, 2, all right? And it is stabilizing through challenge, through challenge. Okay. So that is the second dimension that we deal with. And the third dimension is love. Love, family, and relationships. Love, family, and relationships. And it is electric, right? It is the number 3. It is electric. And it comes to us in the form of service, right? In the form of service. It activates, and it is bonding, right? It activates bonding through service, okay? That is number 3. Its tone is electric, And number 4 is our health and our fitness. Our health and our fitness. How it is that we take care of this physical self, all right? Once we have our natural mind in order, okay? We understand and have our spirituality and our love, family, and relationships, okay? But that has to happen as we are taking care of ourselves. So people say, well, why isn't that first? Because you have to have your mind right and have your spiritual practice in place. And then the third is service. And now, right, what is that first, the service to? Making sure your body, your health and your fitness is in order. Because after this, right, watch this. So 4 is health and fitness. And it has to do with self-existing. Self-existing. And it is the form, and it defines and measures, right? Isn't that what we do when we're dealing with our health and our fitness? Self-existing form. Self-existing form. We are perfecting it. Number 5 is our financial life. There is always and has been on the planet some form of exchange. Some form of exchange, goods and services. I have a cow. You need milk, okay, and you have a chicken and I want chicken, right? Or whatever it happened to have been, right? There's always been some form of exchange for goods and services, one to another, okay? So 5 is our financial life, and that's where our Healthy Me finances comes into play, right? That you hear me talking about a whole lot right now. And 5 is overtone. It is radiance. It is the overtone. It is empowering and commanding the things that you bringing into your life. Okay, not overpowering and commanding others. Okay, this is all about how you're taking care of you. All right, self-reflection. Remember, we said that is the key. Number 6 is our character reflections. Character reflections, and it is rhythmic, right? So we all have our own, we flow in our own rhythm, right? On our own wave, all right? And it helps us with balance and equality, right? Equality and organizing. And so number 6 has to do with rhythm. That is the tone of rhythm, the number 6. All right. And the numbers and the tones have to do with music as well. So it all fits together because it's really all one thing. 7 is intellectual life. Number 7 is resonant. It's attunement. How are we attuning our channel and being inspired and inspiring? Inspired and inspiring through our intellectual life, right? Not like I'm smarter than this person. Right? But our intellectual life, because there's only one intelligence. Hello? There's only one intelligence. Okay? So our intellectual life through our spiritual, because it's all connected, taps into that one intelligence, that divine intelligence. 8 is parenting. We bring forth one another from the mother, right? We bring forth one another through the mother. So parenting is part of the experience. Parenting. Well, what does divine parenting look like? It is galactic. It is the whole family of our galactic life. It deals with integrity and harmony and modeling before those that we bring forth to the planet. Okay. Number 9 is our emotional life, right? That solar plexus area, Nine is our emotional life. It is solar. Solar. It is connected to solar plexus. Okay. And it dealing with our intention. Our intention. What are your intentions? And it pulses. It pulses. Okay. And it is realizing. Intention is realizing. The pulse is realizing, right? You take a pulse, you can realize the life force, right? The emotional life, all right? When you get emotionally upset, it kind of revs you up or even shuts you down, okay? So thinking about that in terms of number 9 is solar. 10 is planetary. 10 is planetary, meaning manifesting. It's now the 1 and the O, okay? 10 is manifesting. It is perfecting. It is producing. It is producing, perfecting, manifesting, okay? It is planetary, bringing forth fruit. 11 is your career path. What is it that you really came here to do, right? Like not work for the career corporation, the corporation career, but what is it that is the work that you came to do? What is it that is the work that you came to do? And that is spectral. Your work should liberate you and dissolve everything that you really not about. And it is releasing, okay? It is releasing those hidden treasures that are in you. Number 12 is your quality of life. Quality of life. It is crystal. When you have quality of life, you have crystal clear clarity. Okay. And it deals with cooperation because you cannot build by yourself. Okay. And it is causing us to dedicate and universalize. Okay. That is 12. That is 12. And 13 is our life vision, our life vision. And it is cosmic. It is presence. It is cosmic. It is presence. It is destiny. It is transcendence. Now, those are the 13 dimensions that we deal with in thinking with a new mind, thinking with a new mind. And they come together in harmonious, holistic healing. They are one. And although they seem like 13, they are one. You're watching the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. And we'll be right back. Happy Healthy Healing Day. I'm Shifa, the natural healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth, and I'm inviting you to watch the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show right here on Access 21. We air every first and third Saturday at 9 a.m. I tell you, you don't want to miss it. There's some juicy nuggets that you got to have for your life. There's some things that you need to know about your healthy finances, your parenting. I deal with it in 13 dimensions based on the time that we're living in right now. All right. I'm your girl, Shifa Ali. Tune in to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show, first and third Saturday at 9 a.m. See you there. Okay, we're back and we're going to start wrapping this up. We're talking about this new way of thinking, right? We're talking about this thinking with a new mind, in this new age of Aquarius, this new eon. Okay. Yes, we made it. Yes, we made it through. And the world is showing up in chaos, right? It seems, right? Because the change has happened. And anytime there's the change, it's cathartic, right? It causes some convulsion, right? So until the goes away and the beauty shines forth, right? We have this tearing away. It's the wheat being separated from the chaff, right? The chaff. It is the sheep being separated from the goats, right? So it's harvest time. It's harvest time. So that's why it's important that we have this conversation about this new perceptions and how new perceptions change the way we see the world, and that we are living time science. That's where we live right now, all right? And this inspiration of this new way of thinking and perceiving is based on our new relationship with time. You have to know what time it is in order to be here now, all right? And as I stated earlier, self-reflection is the key. We've outlined, taken time to outline the 13 dimensions so we can pull it right back into living on the planet, right? We got grounded in this conversation. And we also talked about the law of time, lawoftime.org, and the Cosmic History Chronicles. We've gone through having an understanding that we are here to unpack, right? To dig up our hidden treasures within, and to let them shine forth, and that we are here to continue a work that has been set forth from before we came to the planet. You know who you are. You know who you are. We are, okay? So what we are doing is recognizing that everything is changing, and this knowledge is based on this knowledge of this reality is based in and beyond, and even within our own human illusion. Okay? We got to get that. That's why we went to the 13, right? The harmonious holistic healing. It heals every part of our beingness, right? Into this one beautiful life vision. Okay? And it is recognizing that that knowledge is living. Knowledge is living, that knowledge is evolving, that knowledge is moving forward, right? It moves us forward as a humanity, and that everything is in flux. Everything is constantly changing. You've heard it before. The only thing constant in the universe is change. Everything is changing. So if you are struggling with embracing change, you're going to get stuck. And we don't want to be stuck. I don't want to have you stuck, okay? So we're on this planet to discover and to embody our hidden treasure. And then to use it to leave the planet better, to leave the world more advanced than when we found it, and no worse, and no worse. So one of the things that we can do is begin looking for, in that career path, working for corporations or working for ourselves in a posture that is humanity plus as opposed to humanity minus, right? Humanity minus, we're not polluting the streams and the oceans and all of the craziness that's going away. We're bringing in the new mind. We're thinking with a new mind. We're creating the new for the now time, okay? And so you who are here right now under the sound of my voice, you hold the key. As I say, you're not here by accident, beloved. You hold the key. This is the time of evolution of consciousness. It is holistic, it is holographic, it is interconnected, and contains all potential. It is limitless. You are unlimited. It is limitless. Okay? Yes, it is. Now is the time of the evolution of consciousness. The evolution of consciousness. We talked about science. Okay, the science of time. We talked about divine law. We talked about the universal principles, right? It's science. And science is a principle of understanding that can be tested by experience. Just try this out. Just try it out, okay? You can get in touch with me and I can help you go through these 13 dimensions of your life so that you recognize through a scientific application in this new way of thinking that proves, right? Because science proves. Science is a continuous process, right? Our life, time, is this continuous process of recreation according to expansion of our mind. Our mind. This is the meaning of living time science. Living time science. Now, it's not an ordinary science, okay? It's not, and nothing that I said today in this has been ordinary. It's extraordinary, okay? Certainly. And when you begin to understand the time and the codes and the keys, you will see how galactic it actually is, right? Like beyond extraordinary, okay? How galactic it is and how it puts you in a state of cosmosis. You begin to understand that there's a whole lot more going on than we've been taught that we can tap into. And this is part of it, this thinking with a new mind. Now, it's not an ordinary science. And when you go to thelawоftime.org, what you will find is that this is a galactic Mayan time science. So if you are not familiar with the Mayan time, right? Some of you might have gotten all freaked out, scared about 2012, right? When the end of time and the Mayan clock and all that kind of stuff. That's Hollywood, all right? Time is a science. And the Mayans and the Dogon, okay, and the Africans of Mali, they were the seers, and they saw all of this, and other cultures too, Asians, right, the I Ching, other cultures as well. So when you begin to understand that the galactic Maya are masters of time and illusion, masters of time and illusion. And illusion is not some spooky thing. Illusion is what we create outside of the truth. Okay? It's the stuff that gets created or miscreated with the power of the energy that we have. All right? The galactic Maya are not only the masters of time, they are the ambassadors of the infinite. Right? I said we're limitless and that we're going to get a different understanding of time as infinite and be able to do away with the clock as we talk about and understand the be here now. The be, okay, which deals with the 13, how you being, the here, where we actually are on this planet, rotating, right, spinning at breakneck speed and we're not even falling off, the power of gravity and how the planet is on a trajectory around the sun with the other 9 wings of the planet, okay? And that we're never in the same place in the same instant because we're traveling through space. I know, it's like that. It's like that. I'm the one who gets to bring it, okay, in this conversation. So we are citizens of the cosmos. We are citizens of the cosmos. And we are them. We are the galactic Maya, and we have come back to do this work. You're not here by accident. Time to wake up. Shifa awakens, okay? They are us. Now we have to be unafraid, right? We can't be scared. We get to be unafraid. Unafraid, bold and bodacious. Okay, do you hear me? About claiming a different future for the earth than what is presented to us. I'm going to say that again. we get to be unafraid to claim a different future for the earth than what is being presented to us. We are here to build a new ark, a new beginning, with the construction of the inner temple first. Because the reason it's an inside job, because when the work is done on the inside, it shines through to the outside. It becomes manifest. So as we are constructing this inner divine temple, okay, we are in our own laboratory or laboratory. We're in our own scientific experiment. And we recognize that our body is our sacred gift in time. Our body is our sacred gift in time. We carry with us the capacities that we don't even yet perceive. We have a great mission. And one day, this day, together, we will visit the temples of the stars that occupy the vast galactic cities. Now, I know that I've taken you from way over there and brought you way over here to recognize how to begin thinking with a new mind and what it really begins to mean to be here now, being the presence that I am, being the presence that I am. Now, we are going to explore this further. There's some portions of this show that are going to take you a little bit deeper from some sessions that I give on the introduction to galactic consciousness and the 13 dimensions, and also the other conversations about our galactic beingness. It's been my pleasure to be here with you today. I love you with my whole heart essence, and I look forward to serving you again on the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. Take good care, be safe, and be well.